It's still about just a little past midday, and I think we're going to continue along. That is the shop that we can't access. This one back here, I think that's the one anyway. So we're just going to go into each of these buildings until we find the one we're seeking. Appears to be a small library of sorts, or writing house, counting house, perhaps. A new journal entry has been added. Alright, so that must have been about, well, one of the stories that he told us, presumably Elishiva, so... A spirit named Elishiva used to haunt this area. He sounds like the shadow that follows me. Indeed he does. We will definitely be checking that out once we do what we need to do. Hello, fair lady. Hello. Do you have time for a quick word? I can tell you right away that you're from Pome. I can tell right away that you're from Pome. Welcome, neighbor. How are things in Terminor on this day, good lady? If you plan on journeying south to Ugarit, friend, try to avoid the band of trolls to the southwest. I'm grateful for the news, man. Thank you. Yeah, trolls, right. This is yet another house by the looks of it. Yeah. And, so that one we've been in. Both of these should be shops. Let's go in this one first. The camera is pretty bad in here. There is a man. You there, sir. You open for business, sir? Hello, what brings you in today, lad? How are affairs in Terminor? You're a Gornian, aren't you? Not a zombie or a troll or a wizard? No, you seem all right to me, sir. Do you wish to make a purchase or learn a skill? I want to buy something. Ah, this man is a alchemist, I guess. We can sell those boots right now to him. All of them. And we can buy, I think I am going to buy a lot of curing potions. Yeah, let's do that. And I might even get up to 99 healing potions as well. I'll get 95 just in case we find any in chests, but lots more of each of these I think will be useful to us. There. So, he has antidote potions. We already have an antidote potion, healing and curing potions, restore potions. We have one of those, and stamina potions. We have one of those, also gemstones. Don't need any more of those. Let's grab some herbs. Sapphire gem. Wow, that's ridiculously expensive. And some spice. Alright. You know what? Screw it. We'll buy up to our limit on all the potions as well. Alright. Let's see his skills. Now, this man is quite good. Alchemist of 10, Healer of 10. I wonder if Beacon can yet learn another rank in Healer. It still costs a lot of XP, even though it cheapens it a bit with the gold cost. However, Neeson has an Alchemist of 7. Holy crap, I did not even realize. That is insane. We should see if he can make any potions for us. Merchant of 3, no spells, no. Hang on just a sec, I'm going to see if Neeson can make us some stuff. Fire Flask, Inferno Flask, Sleep Gas Flask, Acid Flask. Do we have all of those? Fire Flask, Inferno Flask, Sleep Gas Flask, and Acid Flask, yes. Healing, Stamina, Curing, Antidote. Healing, Stamina, Curing, and Antidote, yes. Strength, Dexterity, Clarity, Charisma. Strength, Dexterity, Clarity, and Charisma, yes. defense and stealth and restore. Defense, stealth, and restore. So it looks like we have all of the potions that we could possibly have, so that's good. In that case, there's nothing we want from him. Alright, let's go across into this building, see what there is to see. This has... Actually, this might be the shop that I'm thinking of. I'm actually fairly certain that it is. So, interesting. Okay. I can't open these, can I? No, I can't. Yeah, this is definitely the shop I'm thinking of. That's only open at night, so it's almost gonna be night pretty soon though, so that's good. Alright, so another couple of houses here. Let's go into this one and see if there's anything to be seen. This looks like a shop. Looks like a blacksmith of some sort. Big cogs and gears and whatnot. You, sir. Are you open for business, sir? Yes, sir, but if you don't mind, let's stick to business, shall we? I've heard all the gossip I can stand for one day. How are affairs in Terminor? There is no news. Calling the spirits of the dead back? You call that news? I'd sooner believe Majo had returned to his senses. Do you wish to make a purchase or learn a skill? I want to buy something. Alright, lots of stuff here. I don't believe we have a bow of accuracy yet, so it looks like an archery shop almost. Let's just take a look. Bow of accuracy. Bow of shielding. We do not have a bow of accuracy. What does it do? A base hit of 100. Holy Toledo. Minimum strength of 15. Damage of +5 and a dexterity of +5. Ooh. Well, we get one of those for certain. I'm almost not sure if that's better than the Heartseeker bow. Let me take a look at the Heartseeker bow. Base hit of 50 and a damage of 5. You know, damage of 3 is lower, but it has better to hit. I don't know. I think I like the Heartseeker bow on Keelan. I like the damage that it does, so I'm content with it as it is. A Dragon Fang. We do have one of those already. A great bow. We have a great bow. We have a Heartseeker bow. We have a long bow, of course. We have. Do we have Tinker's Gloves? What do they do? Dexterity +1 and Mechanic +2. Okay, so Tinker's Gloves. Tinker's Gloves, yes, we do. Okay, that's all he has. Let's train a skill here. Mechanic of 9, Merchant of 8, and Ranger of 5. Mechanic of 9 would be really nice, but I think we're okay on that, so got a good weapon in here. Let's see here. We go across into this house, not yet. Yet another residential home, I would suspect. And what about in here? This, I believe, is a merchant. If I'm not mistaken, I have no idea what these are, though. Good day, miss. Come in, sweet boy, come in. My ma'am was from Guernia. Tell me, what is spoken on the streets of Terminor? Shame I just sold the last of my carving knives. Those things would have pierced even Elishiva's heart. Would you like to buy something or do a little training? I would like to buy something. A charisma potion and the harp of Aigon. We're going to be buying that harp. And I probably just said charisma potion was one that we already had, and if so, I'm going to cut all of this out. Yeah, we have a charisma potion. So, the Harp of Aidyn, Troubadour of +3, minimum of intelligence of 20. Oh, we'll get one of them. That's pretty cool, I guess. Thank you, madam. Oh yes, we didn't even check your skills. You probably have a Troubadour very, very high, I would suspect. Not buy something, damn it. Train something. Diplomat of 7, Lore Master 5, Merchant of 4, and Troubadour of 10. Cool. Doesn't really interest me on any of those, I must say. Alright, let's get out of here. And we come to a cutscene, interestingly enough. Let's quick save. That's funny. That young woman there, she seems familiar. Almost like some of the portraits I remember back home. Excuse me, miss. Miss? Are you talking to me? I was wondering if you could settle a question. You see, I see by your cheaply dyed garments that you are from Guernia. Therefore, I will thank you not to address me with such informality. Okay. I didn't mean to offend you. We noticed you from down the street. I thought that I recognized your features. As well you might. I am very, very closely connected to the family of the glorious Queen Bodacia. Poor thing. She was cruelly taken from this world so long ago. Then it's true, miss. We should embrace you as a long-lost relative. Ugh, away from me, smelly squire. You stink of the road. I'm sorry, I meant no harm. And my poor aunt paid for her curiosity with her life. Discovering your relationship with the king does little to endear you to me. I'm sorry to hear that. You're a fool to come here. Haven't you heard of the horrible plague that is sweeping our city? A shipment of tainted meat from Araman has placed all households under quarantine. You may encounter some difficulty leaving Terminor. At least, I hope our guards skewer one of you and throw your body into the sea. Wow, what can I say to such hospitality? That's how we treat casual adventurers. Hey, who you calling a casual? Especially ones who dare to endanger public health. What a bitch. Okay, let's try some other options. Okay, why would I want to endear myself to you? Such casual effrontery. I won't bear it. Come back when you learn how to speak to your betters. Bitch. Don't you belong to one of the royal families? Indeed I do, yes. My family has great influence in this part of the world. Our history is the stuff of legend. And I am second cousin, third removed, of the fourth daughter of Esmeralda, half-sister to the incomparable Queen Bodacia, and my poor aunt paid for her curiosity with her life. There is no need to be rude. I don't do it out of need, but out of choice. Pray remove yourself from this place. We have no intention of accommodating your clumsy Guernia civility. I'll not be trifled with by mere shabby wanderers from the decadent north. Back in more civilized times, a very close relation of mine ruled over your miserable domain. I was right, your face did not lie to me. We are close friends of the king. He took me and a child. I don't need to hear every hard luck story that comes down the street, boy. The king loved Queen Bodacia, some say very deeply. He was fortunate to meet one such as her. We in the ruling class of Terminor do not usually marry outside our own sphere of influence. And my poor aunt paid for her curiosity with her life. Alright, lady, whatever. I mean, I tried to extend an olive branch to you, but apparently you're having none of it, so screw you. And your Clown Shoes Town. I guess Terminor, if they say it's tainted meat, it probably means they all have the shits. So, cholera? It's probably not even from Araman, they're just blaming it on Araman because they don't like the North. Why would Araman send tainted meat to Terminor? That makes no sense. So it must be bullshit. Let's continue along, shall we? Quick save after all that as well. I don't want to have to redo it if something happens to the game. Two people up here. Let's talk to them both. Hello, sir. Got a minute or two? An adventurer from Gornia. You were wise to leave. Have you advice for a visitor to Terminor? Majo? Oh, sorry. Must have mistaken you for someone else. Thank you. I thought we were Majo. Weird. Hello. Do you have time for a quick word? My, you are certainly handsome enough. How are things in Terminor on this day, good lady? Stranger, would you call me mad if I told you I had seen the dead get up and walk? Thank you. I believe you. I believe you. Don't worry. Thought I sent you back. Look, my ugly friend. What are you doing here? Alright. We've already spoken to him, so... Looks like we have just a couple more houses to visit in Terminor, but I'm going to drop a quick save in this section of town. You, ma'am. Hello. Do you have time for a quick word? My, you are certainly handsome enough. How are things in Terminor on this day, good lady? Stranger, we already talked to you. You were just outside. How about you, sir? Hello, sir. Got a minute or two. Salutations, Gornian. Have you advice for a visitor to Terminor? There's little to benefit you in Terminor, noble friend. We should have joined up with the kingdom. Our city is in sad decline. Thank you for your hospitality. Yeah, I can tell. At least someone is being honest. Let's go in here. Another residential house, indeed. And what about here? It's raining. This looks like a music shop. However, I don't ever recall there being anyone in here. Yeah, unless that this shop isn't open unless it's day, which will be super friggin' annoying, because I'm going to have to come back in here and get it. But I'm going to cross over here and see. Ah, this might be the one, in fact. And this is the Library of Terminor in this building, so we're going to be spending some time in here. Good day, miss. Hi-ho, cutie pie. Care to drop a little gold on something cheap and fun? Maybe. Tell me what is spoken on the streets of Terminor. I've just returned from poor Majo's house. I take some soup and candy to him once a week. His wife is a saint, sir. Would you like to buy something, lad, or do a little training? We'll buy something, sure. Acid flask, sleep gas flask, and sense aura. Well, since I know that sense aura is available for buying now, we can probably get rid of the one that we found. Unless we've already learned it, so... Doesn't matter if we did, really. I'll check if we did after. I'll sell one of them, sure. Brilliance, I'm not sure if we can get another one of those, so... and acid flasks and sleep gas flasks, I take it we already have them, probably. Let's double check. Acid, sleep gas. Alright, good. What about training, ma'am? Merchant and Lore Master. It's good that Lore Master is here because we might need it. Good. Alright, let's go ahead and read some of these library books. Since we are in the library, we might as well take advantage. The Noble Houses of Terminor. Oh boy, I'm sure this will be a dry read. Of the Aerodurolinor. Came to such title. First and foremost, he was leader. The warriors in his company, including the sure-footed Carino of the House of Terminor, Terminoramanor, and mighty Twaelhyr of the Buradonor. However, moments before the bloody attack, Donovan summoned his patrol together for a second time and instructed them that his title could be modified once again. This time, from the Lord of the Concentric Hills to the Lord of the Concentric Hills and the unclimbable peaks. Exhausted from the assault, and concerned for their lives, as well as the lives of the hundreds of rank and file, the patrol agreed. But even as the enemy fell all around, Donovan called halt yet a third time. His faithful nobles rushed to his side, fearing some wound or even greater morbidity. Deflecting the blows of the onrushing mob, Donovan next asked his most bewildered chiefs to address him ever after as Donovan, Lord of the Concentric Hills, the unclimbable peaks, and the sky clouds, and all lightning, and heard thunder, with all common charms, including Termimamnor, minstrels, song, goggle-eyed. The nobles agreed. Turning back to the enemy, as someone's very pompous in the middle of combat, wanting to give himself titles. Of the Buradonor. Here then is the history of the alliance that was broken, then made, then broken again, set forth in this volume on this day for the remainder of all time. Then we should continue to serve only ourselves and the people of Terminor. We have never been able to influence Phelan's decisions or those of anyone in Gornia House, and so we are always the disenfranchised. The few who remember the Battle of Lonely Mountain will attest to this. After the fighting, when the warriors of the Buradonor went to Ramsay and put forth their case, how were they rewarded? With a few horses, gold, and some bits and ends of unpromising lands. Was Ramsay fair with them? Did he listen to them, take care of them, or try to please them for victory's sake? Or were the claims of the Buradonor cast aside as second-handed and unimportant? Now the son of Ramsay, one Phelan, seeks our goodwill, but the past shows what may be the future. So I would say a fairly reasonable house, and upset at the grievances that they have with Gornia not giving them a fair treatment after they've participated in wars for them. Of the Eredinor. Codex of Traithmere, House of Eradinor, Sig Nov Ac F T E A B. We are the House of Eradinor, in the presence of our scribes. Do swear on this sober day of the good Abdilachura's name. Abdilachura, as an aside here, guys, is the name in the language of Terminor for Queen Bodacia. The following sacred duties. First, the duty of the border, so held through all of Terminor. Second, the will to stand alone, so held through all of Terminor. Third, the memory of our dear dead queen, so held through all of Terminor, the hills and all adjoining lands. On this day of most sorrowful news, Sig, Beatrice of Eredinor. Cool. So it looks like they're swearing some sort of oath to protect Terminor. Of the Termimamnor. Was fair and tall, a giver of plants and royal trees, and a lover of all things that grow and can be grown. She was called Abdilachura by the elders, but her father would say Bodacia. Later she was summoned to the Gornians, where one Phelan. Later she was summoned to Gornia, where one Phelan was filled with longing for her beauty, despite the fact she was of Terminor, a territory yet withheld from justice and respect in Gornia lands. In this many have seen the cause for the woes that befell Bodacia during her maturity, holding that Phelan and his backward ways failed to provide the proper care, and in that, providing Phelan with a son, the lady gave her life. So ended this royal child. Gornia then continued contrary to Terminor's design. Nonetheless, many in Termimamnor are unwilling to act on this injustice so long as Bodacia's son and heir remains in line to the throne. This is Sheridan. Shut the book. Nope. Book of Songs. Song of the Four Corners. Years ago I went to the corners, I went up to walls, I and I took there a look there for my salvation, earth-sky walls. Years ago I went on the barrow, I went with the sun, used all my magic from north and south, and the east and the west. Years ago in the corners of the barrow I came to the magic. It was long ago and no one listens. Interesting. The Song of the Lich. Walk from the north, walk from the east, walk to fight, see me there. Read well the scrolls, throw magic on me, magic changes me, and I change with the moon. Interesting. Song of the Sword. And carry it well and take it to heart, for this is the sword of the lost king and the lost way. And hold it above, and use it most true, for Loden was all, and the sword will remain for the next 1,000 ages. Song of the Dead Souls. Listen to me, of the dead souls, of the dead face, of the dead souls, listen to me. Of the words said, you of the face, and of the mouth, and of the heart. Strange. Very, very strange. Let's try the back one, shall we? Nothing along the back, so let's try this one. Oop. The Books of Evidence. Phelan to Boadicea. Place us too near to people, or is it more the fact that we never understand or see those whom we actually love? This latest gossip is so cynical. How can I so far away remove suspicion? In the absence of your face, I have the voices of my court, and these do advise me still, but only in an official way. Affection is not second in this treaty. All at once I have stopped caring whether the affairs of the state are carried forth under my seal or another's. I have wasted so much time on empty things, where I distrusted strangers. Now my opinions are quite different. Notary. The draft texts of treaties B and C, also the gifts and favors of Queen QS, as it was written, each have here as follows: from the noble house of Termimamnor to Castle Gwernia on occasions of such marriage of the Obdelatura to one Phelan, a king. Following items. First, all costumes, linens, and household appointments as befitting a queen of the Termimamnor, especially including 6 chests of poem silk weavings, suitable for feast days, and embrocade. 350 dishes stamped in silver and bearing the seal of the kingdom. 16 records. Gwernia, 3 lines and records, 928, and so recorded on this 500,002 and 10th day of the realm, a son called Sheridan, to Phelan of Gwernia in sanctioned union with Obdelatura of Terminor, the dispute being over the place and upbringing of a child so early removed from her most gracious majesty, the queen. Let it be known that the royal houses of his mother's homeland are ready to receive the boy with all rights and customs due to a child of... Looks like they wanted to educate Sheridan, but they never got their way, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. Documents returned to the Termimamnor. Grievously forward to you the following citation. Be it known by one and all that on this 500,000th and 10th day of the realm, the Obdelatura lately of Terminor did pass in childbed, and is here and now pronounced dead. Long live her heir. Rather informal. I hope that wasn't the thing that Gwernia sent them, or that would have been very cold indeed. Anything along this side? Nope. What about here? We have a book. The Annals, treasure. Trolls were dead, then and all was still and quiet. Then did I lay down my sword, and say the battle is finished, and a faint light did grow there now, and then did I see the gold, so much, I could not believe my own eyes, but gold it was, and much. We took in huge amounts, pitying the poor unfortunates who had lost what they had to the trolls. They are monsters. Jundar. Morning, we are removing the bodies. There is a cart that moves from place to place, but it is impossible to think what we will do with them all. The destruction itself is very terrible. No understanding yet of what was wanted here. Day 5. More dead under the fallen stones of the northern sector. Some houses are still burning. Day 16. It is a ruin. The distress of the living continues to grow. None will agree to ride and warn the councils of Ugarit or the surrounding towns, nor will any meet to puzzle out what prevention might have been tried here in Maxon. In general, it is impossible to get anything into the heads of the survivors. Araman, his lips, and speaks with a forked tongue. If you must speak with him, speak lightly, as if you were trading words with a child or a highwayman. However, there are others in the kingdom who... Poem. A full reporting, sirs. I will be frank and say that after this good time, I still remain unhappy with this dumb assignment. Please remove me, sirs. Poem is no place for adventure. First off, the warriors here do not speak of E, or even own up to his legend. How did I think I would move closer to our enemy here instead in Poem? The fighters sit around eating grain and combing their horses. They are also wild for armor, not seeming to care how slowly they walk or ride, or how much stronger the black heart grows. So all stand still when much more battle should be done, especially in the allied zones. Remove me, sirs. I long to fight. I would strike out for the black heart of the beast himself. I know the Darkling Bog. I miss the brave warriors of the Baradanor. I miss the troubadours of the Termaminor. I am the victim here of amateurs in humble service. Baird. Someone with Baird was very displeased that he was stationed in Poem instead of going after Elishiva's heart, I suppose. Though his remark on the armor would be highly inaccurate, considering armor is not really that heavy to wear. Medieval armor, that is. Maxon will not heal. Other times I take my Tefel side for my right, my left side for my right. Majo, she shouts, careful, you are cross-minded today. Today? Nonsense, I have always been. She has no cause to linger, fussing everything. I must get rid of her, and Fiersel too. I know what they are planning against me. I have this work to do. I cannot get the spirit out of my mind. I will continue to make out the words he says. One chart. I suppose that might be from Majo, plotting the demise of his wife, or maybe just trying to get rid of her and Fiersel, both. Okay. Nothing on that side. Check the back shelf, doesn't look like there is. Alright, that one is done. Ah, something here. Words of the Dragons, the Barrow Place. Know well such marker symbols. Sun equals sun only symbol, equals sign of the undead symbol, equals bone symbol, equals dragon rune symbol, equals enter. This is useful information to know. This helps later on in the game, and if, like, this is, going back in gaming history, you get a lot of this sometimes, really, really obscure hints that, would be straight out of Nintendo Power, basically, or if you were attentive enough to take and write down on a notepad what this is. So know well such marker symbols, so the sun only, then the sign of the undead, then the bone, then the dragon rune symbol, and then you can enter the barrow, which is a upcoming level that we will be getting to eventually. The bog outside. So after Shamsuck left the school, they corresponded frequently, and in the dragon language, first to keep the words of the Great One alive, and second to shield their thoughts and questions from those outside the way. These letters are to be read then in the spirit of that relationship. The Desert Maid. The loss of this friendship and sacred trust was felt deeply by the Red One, and despite his promises to be strong, the betrayal gnawed daily at his better nature. Meanwhile, the Jundar was not forthcoming, and occupied with troubles of his own. Perhaps he waited also from some sign from the lair, but if Zeratus searched the skies above Ugarit, his questions went unanswered, and the battle had left its rift, and the divide was the hill place. Dangerous now was once the dwelling place of the first teacher to the Mirari, and Alold brought forth his knowledge unto those gentle creatures helping them. Shut the book. Lodin. Sons. Long ago, there was a king, and I was honor-bound, and sons of dragons. There was water in the fields, and trees on the hills, and women weaving, and there was laughter. Relic. Look now, sons of dragons, there is darkness, there is desert, there is the crypt and the barrow, and look now where the relic is hidden. Sword. Look well in the water, in the stone, look well for the relic, and what will help in the fight. In the stone of the water is the relic found. Horn. Will be what must be done, and mist will soon be gone, and souls will fly and run. The dragon is undone, and what must change is joined as one. Shut this book. Sounds familiar, that last entry.